Oh man, that video gets me hyped every time I see that thing. That thing is so cool. Actually, I almost forgot about the salivary match. So it's kind of
With
cool that we kind of do
Schwabenbauer.
that. Yeah, I mean,
About it.
Schwabenbauer's like an undefeatable beast right now, and Salivary picking him up like that. Anyway, welcome back to the Washington Wrestling Network. He is Sam. I am Matt. And today we have a couple Fargo National Champions joining us on the podcast, but we want to say what is up to all the viewers. Hopefully you're enjoying the rankings that we're putting out again over our summer. It's a little different than we've done before. I know I get that message all the time, but the thing I want everybody to just remember to recognize about the rankings are, if you don't see somebody that you think should be ranked, the chances are you might see him next week. The number one email we get is, how come somebody didn't get ranked at 138 and then like next week they find out they're ranked at 144? And or however we routed it as far as it goes. So just chill. Here's the thing. Reality is most kids go up, right? I mean, they don't oftentimes stay the weight that they had wrestled last year, especially when they're cutting. There's some word about the girls having a different body fat percentage next year, and so that it may change the way that the weight certs are, or at least the minimum weight for girls next year, because the body fat percentage have changed. But we'll get into that with Justin Kesterson preseason pod that we do every single year. But Sam, how you doing?
Dude, I was just thinking about it after I just got done coaching some soccer. Right before this, I was like, man, I'm so hungry for the season right now, dude. This is like the time of year where it's just like the calm before the storm, and where you start to kind of take a peek into the future, and all the fun things that we get to get into with all of you guys, really starts ramping up here in the next few weeks, next couple months. And obviously we're super excited to have our guests on today, but we also are like jacked on what is coming like this fall as well. And two of our guests are going to be front and center this fall as well. So yeah, man, I'm super, super excited about that, and excited for our website, excited for the rankings, and just proud of our state as always. And yeah, man.
Top 10, I think, in both Greco and freestyle in at least one division this summer. And
This was the best summer we've had in a while.
It's the 16U team, who of which our illustrious guests are a part of. Awesome, yeah. Really awesome. Not that our juniors weren't too; they were great as well. But the 16U team, holy crud! And then also the 14U team, I know is coming, and they are doing stellar as well, and apparently on down.
Another shout out to Jackson Losey, who's kind of like our first beat writer, I guess you could say, for our website. He's put out a couple articles on Fargo and the national team performances that we all had as well. And I if I remember right, I have to go back and read the article. If you guys get a chance, you can go to our website, WashingtonWrestlingNetwork.com, and check those out. I think we had the most All-Americans across the board, at least for the boys maybe, but probably total between the boys and the girls that we've had in like the last 15 years. So that just, goes to show the growth of our state and all the hard work that you guys have been putting in. And yeah, we're super proud on this side of everybody who's participating and following you guys. So
yeah, feel free, if you guys are watching it live, feel free to throw some questions in the chat. We'll see if we can get to them, assuming they are appropriate. Something funny about our intro video and getting a chance to kind of see, a little bit of last year and a little bit the year before, but just to see how much we've grown in the last couple years, from the podcast where Toppenish and Ording almost got in a bench clearing fist fight, you know what I mean? But our internet and every bit of what we had rocking there was just so remedial, so basic, so elementary. And it is hard to watch. We were just out there doing it. we didn't really like care too much about like how it was. We just knew we needed to get started, and then last year I felt like we really hit a good stride. Like pretty much every one of our streams went off pretty good. Austin got shunned actually from our gut check stream mishap.
How'd that happen?
And you know what? Our Josh is going to get hosed a couple times in this podcast because he is the one that messed up the Austin video, and then also he is the one that like helped pioneer the snub of Winter West in our top pound for pound rankings, which we will get into talking about. But I think this would be a great time to bring on our guests, Austin, Schield, and
There
Winter West.
Let's
go. Couple Fargo champs on the podcast right now. I will always defer to starting with ladies first. Winter, how is your summer going?
It's going good.
Outside of wrestling, of course, winning a national championship, but I think you just got back from some type of vacation or something. You're getting a chance to soak it in, or are you already thinking about what's next?
Yeah, I'm already thinking about what's next, just getting back to work.
That's good. I love to hear that. Austin, Schield, 138-pound state champion, Fargo National Champion in Greco. How is your summer going? Minus wrestling, not wrestling related.
Well, it's going pretty good. I'm just recovering, getting back to just working out. I haven't been in the room yet, so just getting back to
I was
out.
kind of a little bit wondering about that. Obviously, Austin the GOAT right here. Okay, we got our first comment right there. I was just kind of wondering, August seems to be kind of like a break month for everybody. I would assume you guys kind of, is there any bit of philosophy? I'll start with Austin, or actually I just mentioned this. I'll start with Winter. Is there any philosophy, Winter, on your rest? Because I know that Jack's Forest is a big deal, and I'll talk to Austin about this a little bit later, but Jack's Forest talked about how the thing that the takeaways about getting to Oklahoma State and the biggest difference about what he was doing to what he is doing now is the amount of rest he was actually getting and taking. Do you guys like prioritize that at all? Winter, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I always make sure I have at least like one rest day a week, or if it's like I've been wrestling all week and I have a wrestling camp the next day, I'll take a break from everything, just like to let my body heal instead of just like constantly bashing. Because I feel like when I'm like super sore and super tired, I just don't practice as well.
Austin?
Yeah, I usually take after the rest of July and August off and get back to wrestling like mid-September, just to let my body heal and grow and get a little fat.
Yeah, you never know when that's coming. Maybe, guys, what I'll do is I'll kind of start it off here. I'm going to, again, start with Winter West. But here's the thing, guys. Sometimes I ask these questions, and I know that people, maybe you're nervous a little bit, but when I ask about your training partners and the facility that you're coming out of, a lot of people sometimes kind of brush over the specifics. And, last year we had a lot of people on the Fargo pod, and then, so we didn't get a chance to break it down individually as much as we would have liked to. But now that we have just two of you on here, I would like to know a little bit of the specifics of your training team, your training partners, your coaches, and I want to know names here. I mean, who's pushing you? Who do you guys think, in your mind is part of your tremendous amount of success? And where do you guys train? A lot of people don't even know this about you and where you train. So Winter, we'll start with you.
Okay, so for wrestling, obviously like most of my time is at Matt Demon. I train a lot with Lanaya Seelig, although I've had to drift a little bit away from her because she's like way smaller than me. But during live pushing me, we got Leilani Ninkalata. I'm so sorry if I got that last name wrong. Mercer Hamilton, he's really good. He's constantly pushing me. Coaches Sean Dolly, Jess Torres, they're always coaching. It's pushing me better. Sometimes like Tuesdays and Thursdays, I go to this guy Reese Andy. I go to like his gym, and it's really just me and Lanaya. It's kind of like a private session, but it's not because other people can come. It's just me and Lanaya there.
Reese
So,
Andy. That's
Reese Andy, that's a name that
wow.
popped
That's
up.
a legend name.
Most
Yeah.
people may not know that name.
Yeah.
That name triggers from my past as well. Talk a little bit about Reese Andy, Winter.
He's actually like really chill. I actually I had a practice with him before this. We were working on like down blocks. He's like very, very, very technical. Like he knows every single move like to the T, like what you're doing wrong, like where your foot's supposed to be. A lot of like my more like not as popular technique that's like a little bit more fancy, but like really like works in tough situations are from him. It's nice to not just have technique from one area. I pull it out when I see opportunities because he makes us drill the same moves over and over and over again.
Now you said where do you go when you get to him? Does he have a space or is he coaching at a specific high school or where's that at?
He's at like it's really not really like a wrestling club. It's more like a boxing like MMA team. He just has like one like 3 to 5 session where that me and Lanai go to together.
Yeah, that's happening a lot more, Sam. I'll tell you what. I mean, especially, we know Mike Mav, but MMA is becoming a pretty big deal right now, and being able to have those mat spots where, you may have a lot of teams like shutting down right now. I know that like you can't call, like when Zweifel's here in town, it was like, okay, well, where does he go? Like realistically, we know the MMA gyms are going 3 times a week. At least in wrestling, or at least some mat space are going every single day. So, I mean, right now it's tough to find an open spot. And I know that boxing gyms, MMA gyms, those are good spots to go to, especially if the elite level coaching is there. And that's a big deal. Austin, I know that most everybody knows where you come. We've been kind of very vocal about it, but again, I want some specifics in your training partners and what brought you to where you are today?
Usually I drill with Rocco Gannon or Ryder Owen and my brother Jordan Schield too. They're all around my weight, so I usually drill with them. And yeah, I'm from Inland Northwest Training Center, which is at the Gonzaga Prep Wrestling Room.
Okay, and what about your coaching staff?
Yeah, so I have Brian Owen, who's my main coach. He's been great, helping me not just physically but mentally get to where I needed to be. And then Delchev, my coach Delchev and Georgi Ivanov came in the room this summer, helped me prepare for US Open in Fargo.
Yeah, and I think that we had our B ranker from Davenport, Jesse, actually talked about that on the podcast a little bit. So bringing in those 2 world level coaches, what do you think it's done to your game, Austin?
Definitely elevated it a bunch. I know Delchev, he threw a lot at us to a lot of moves, and then Georgie helped us narrow down to what worked for us and what best for our style.
Yeah. Now, how often are you guys training at Inland Northwest, especially leading up to Fargo?
It was usually a workout early in the morning, and then later in the day, it was a technique session.
Dang, 2-a-days, huh?
Yeah.
Winter, you get a little bit of 2-a-days over on your side too, or what?
Yeah, I do.
Nice. Now, before I pass it to Sam, because I don't want to hog this up, but I'm going to stop this right where Austin had just mentioned. But first, let me ask a fun question. Can you guys drive yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you just got your license, huh?
A few months ago, yeah.
Yeah, so like
a week ago.
Like a week
That's
ago.
a game changer for getting practice and stuff, right? Instead of hitch a ride. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, these guys are out here winning Fargo National Championships on like a Saturday, and then on a Tuesday they might be in driver's education. You know what I mean? Just trying to learn how to signal on the freeway. You know what I mean? But what I was going with that, you mentioned your older brother. Now, Winter, you got an older sister, but Sam also had older siblings and was the youngest. Now, you guys, do you feel like you got a little bit of an edge being the younger sibling that wrestles inside the household, and kind of, do you feel like it gave you a little bit of edge? Because in Sam's life, it didn't. Like, it passed Sam. He was not the better of the ones, but that's a joke, obviously.
I mean, not in Greco or freestyle.
That's a joke. But what is it like being the younger sibling in the household with, wrestling's like a tough sport. You guys probably grew up wrestling with each other a lot and probably had to come home and then also be next to each other a lot. So did it get a little testy at all? Or, and how much do you think that has kind of impacted you guys? We'll start with Winter.
I would say it impacted me quite a bit because when I like first started wrestling, I was just practicing in the basement with my siblings, and Latham wasn't really doing it yet, but my older brother Phoenix was, and I have three younger brothers too.
Oh,
Yeah. So they would like beat me up because they were way better than me. But yeah, Phoenix has definitely helped me. When he used to wrestle more, they don't really wrestle that much anymore, but definitely they've made me tougher for sure.
so we got a whole West clan coming up. What are the ages of your younger siblings?
One of them is going to his freshman year, one of them is going to seventh grade, and another one's going into fifth grade.
Here we go. We're going to get the emails from the parents a lot. Okay. I'll tell you what, your parents were very vocal in emailing and standing up for you guys. And I love that stuff. And then also, Austin, your dad and mom, very cool. They've, approached us, messaged us, have been very kind to us. So both of you guys, really appreciate your parents. They're awesome people. And they, I think having advocates for you guys really helps out. And, it's wrestling I've found is very much a community effort, especially when you guys are at the level you are. But Austin, talk about obviously you're still in high school with your older brother. And I don't know how many other Shields there are out there, but give me how it was growing up in the Shield household.
Yeah, so it's just me and my brother, and it's nice having like a built-in partner with my brother. Always, when we were younger, practice in my garage, and it'd usually end with me crying or running inside.
Sam too.
Oh no, yeah, big crier over here, dude.
Yeah,
So-
it helped
Go
toughen me
ahead.
up a little bit though.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. So do you feel like it gave you a little bit of an edge?
Yeah, I think so. Just learning how to deal with things, and
So when you're lifting people up in a Greco throw, do you ever just think in the back of your mind, like, I'm going to hit this on Jordan? Like, really? Like, when the next time I see this guy, I'm going to throw him right onto the mat. You ever think about
No,
that? Or does
never came to my mind. But
Okay.
my first wrestling tournament ever, I'm pretty sure I wrestled my brother in the same bracket.
Oh, was it in the finals or just on your side?
I think it was on my side when I was like 5 years old.
That's cool. Those are good stories. Take it away, Sam.
Oh, I got a fun follow-up with those, with the siblings and everything. Like, I grew up in a wrestling family, and it was always like, like you said, Austin, you have that dedicated space in the garage. You probably like set aside time to go and do that. Do you guys ever have moments, especially during the holidays? This is what comes out for us is like, you start, grappling around with your brother or your sister or something like that. Has that ever happened where you guys are kind of just jawing at each other and then you all of a sudden end up in like in a wrestling match or anything? Or you guys just kind of chill and just stay hands off? Winter, I'll start with you.
I used to get like really mad at my siblings and like attack them, but the past few years I just let it go because they're usually like they're like way younger than me, so I'm just like
Just let it go. You're annoyed by it now. That's
not
funny.
even Latham, or she's just cross country and track now, so she just running away.
yeah.
Yeah, she'll never stop running. That's the thing. She runs away and you'll never be able to catch her because she's still running to this day. Hilarious.
What about you, Austin?
Yeah, my brother has been like doing some jujitsu, so he always comes up and is trying to do some weird.
He tries to
jujitsu
pull
move. I'm
guard
like,
on you.
Yeah, always.
In the
Always
butt,
thinking getting his guard. Yeah.
That's funny. Does he get you or what?
I mean, yeah, usually. I mean, if I do go with him, yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. Sam, you got something else? I got some more going.
No, go ahead, Matt. You keep going.
Well, the nickname that I gave Austin Schield out of nowhere came off the top of my head. Okay, the baby-faced assassin. Okay, Austin, do you like the nickname?
Yeah, I think it's funny. My mom got a hat with that says Babyface Assassin on it.
Get out.
Nice. She should sign it and give it over to us. That would be cool to have. But here's the thing. no offense, Austin, but you do have a baby face. I mean,
Yeah.
if I were to come and wrestle you, I wouldn't be looking at this guy like he's gonna, okay, you know, I'm not, you know, but you come out there and you would literally demolish kid. I mean, when I saw it and I thought about it to myself, I'm like, Tavar Lee, senior, you could tell, like, it seemed like almost like you were wrestling up a weight class because the guy's huge, you know, and you didn't seem to have a problem with it. You know, now I'm not exactly sure if you felt like he was really strong or not, but I felt like that was your coming out party. You know, unfortunately, we cut it live. I had to get it. I had to get it figured out afterwards. And a little bit of AI was involved. I won't tell you where. It wasn't in your victory. Okay, I'll tell you that much. But when I looked at you and I looked at Tavar, I almost thought he is double the size of you. You went out there, put your nose down, put it right into his face, and went after him. And it was great. I mean, it was really fun to see and watch. And then I go to try to interview you afterwards, and you're a little, you know, you're a little reserved. You kind of back it away. So is it a big deal for you to keep your reservation to yourself and use it when you get the chance? Or does it come out pretty naturally when you're on the wrestling mat?
I mean, that's just
What's up, Jance? Just want to say hi to Jance. Look at that.
what's up, Jance?
Hey, I heard a rumor. What is this rumor I hear that Jance is coming to Gonzaga Prep? Is that like a thing, or?
I don't really know if he is or not, but I don't think so. But
Jance, put it in the chat. Okay, I heard a rumor. Let us know. Anyway, sorry, Austin. This is your time.
yeah, I mean, that's just I've always wrestled kind of like upper body like that, kind of aggressive and like 2-on-1s and underhooks. So that's how I usually wrestle.
Yeah, I don't feel like, you know, coming in as a freshman, I don't feel like you were able to be scouted, you know, and so now we get the chance to see, you know, guys. Okay, Jance got rejected. Okay, it's a private school. I don't know that that's even possible, but
prep doesn't take seniors as transfers.
Oh, okay, there you go. Look at that. Winter, we don't have a nickname for you yet, but I'm just kind of wondering, is there one out there for you that we should know about?
No, not really.
Just Champ. Maybe like, hey, just call me
Yeah,
Champ.
just that.
Okay.
Got to do like a play off of like the winter or the snow or ice or something. Usually they come like off the stream, like when we're going live. At least Matt has really done a good job of pulling some of those out. So it's got to come. It's got to come organically. Winter, we'll find it.
We'll find it. Just wait. You just wait. We'll find it. Go ahead, Sam. You got something?
I guess. Well, this is for winter. I guess. I was just curious about this, and this isn't going to be geared towards you, really, Austin, at all. But the girls aren't wrestling Greco at Fargo, right? So how does that change for you? Because I know like girls have wrestled plenty of Greco in the past, but like, do you still train any of it? Like if Matt Demon's doing a Greco practice, the girls going off to the side and doing freestyle only, or do you still kind of like play around with Greco a little bit too? Or just tell me about the prep for Fargo in terms of that.
Well, we do Greco at state and national duels, so I was training Greco like twice a week at Matt Demon because they have it on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or they did. But leading up to Fargo, I didn't really do it. I would do like a practice every now and then, just like because I need to have throws that I'm able to do if like I need to do them. But it was mostly just freestyle. Like I just ask him like, what move do you want me to do for freestyle instead of what they're doing.
Love it. Yeah. And then Austin, Wister just touched on national duels. Both of you guys went undefeated, I believe, right? Is that correct for both of you guys? Yeah. All tournament team members. Phenomenal performance for both of you guys. Austin, talk about your duels experience. I know we got 24 minutes in, we got to get some Fargo stuff, but I do want to ask you guys about your dual meet experience and how that went for you. And just talk about that real quick. Just give us a recap on your dual meet experience, your dual nationals. Austin, you can go ahead. Go first.
Sorry. It went pretty good. just being part of that 16U team was pretty good, having such amazing talent surrounded. I think I wrestled pretty good. I think I wrestled better in Greco at duels than I did at Fargo.
Nice. That's awesome. Winter, what about you? How was the team this year? How do you guys think you did? And just talk about some of your takeaways from that experience.
The team was amazing. I had so much fun at national duels, hanging out with Lucy Hornby and Lanaya Seelig. But national duels, I liked how I wrestled at national duels. I liked how the team wrestled. We placed fifth in both freestyle and Greco, so I was really happy. Um, I liked the coaching. It was amazing.
Love it. Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys showed up.
I wanted to ask Winter as a part of that, but um, Winter, do you have any take on freestyle during high school season? Like, if that was an option, would you prefer it to wrestle freestyle during high school? Because you don't wrestle free or folk style in college, or do you think it should go the other way around, where they should get to folk style wrestling during college instead of only freestyle once you get to college?
Good question.
Me personally, I don't like folk style. Freestyle is way, 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 way better in my opinion. I would be very sad if they made it folk style in college. I wish high
think you're
school
in the
was
majority
freestyle.
there. Yeah.
I disagree with that statement. No offense. I mean, obviously, I'm not wrestling right now, but I love folk style. I think that it brings just that next level to the game of wrestling. Austin, you finalist in both, in all three, areas. Do you have a favorite or one that you prefer?
I'd say probably Greco freestyle, and then folk style probably.
Dang it! Everybody seems to just hate folk style.
Matt wasn't very good at freestyle and Greco, so that's why
I was good at freestyle and Greco. Okay, I was actually.
I just learned how to do the gut wrench.
Maybe better at the others. I just think that the game, it's like no gi jiu-jitsu. It's just a different level, when you kind of take that gi off, or you can unlock your hands and not have to lock your hands. Obviously it just creates a little bit of a higher level, I think. Austin, I got a quick question, and maybe that we don't need to get into too much of it, but what was the transfer process like for you? I mean, when we had seen you as an up and comer, and then we got word that you were going to Gonzaga Prep, was Gonzaga Prep always the plan, or were you at some point, in Idaho, or, or going to be there? At what point did that switch, or was it always the plan?
So my I was gonna go to Cortland High School until my brother was gonna transfer to prep, just from always being in the Inland Northwest room, seeing all the talent there and how good the team was gonna be. So I just knew I wanted to be wherever my brother was and get a high school year with him. So when I know he was transferring, then I knew I was going to as well.
Yeah, that's really cool. Obviously, I believe you made the right decision. And I think that as we continue to open up the transfer book and continue to write stories and paths in the decision of the wrestlers and the wrestlers' families, instead of what these imaginary school lines are that get drawn that kind of force you into some certain thing, I think, you do it at college. You're literally, not you guys specifically because you're 16 or, younger, but, the idea of telling a kid who's about to be 18 and graduating in a couple months that they can't do what they can do in 4 months' time going to university. It's like, treat them as adults, where they want to go, where their families decide they want to go. It should be exactly what should happen, and there should be no penalty. And that's how I feel about it. It's kind of this,
about it too.
Yeah. And I get the concept, and now I'm going on a tangent. This has nothing to do with you guys, so I apologize. But I'm of the philosophy that, it's going to make people better, not worse, because some people are fearful that, oh, well, now nobody's going to go to Cascade High School, because why would you? You know what I mean? And so it's like, well, get better. Force yourselves to get better. And I think that is what should start happening, instead of people pointing fingers. That's just how I feel.
I got one more for Austin on that. Was there anything in terms of Team Washington versus Team Idaho when you were going to duels and to Fargo? Because this was probably your first time wrestling for Team Washington. Is that correct?
Yes, it was.
Was there any, how did that play out? Was it like, okay, no brainer, I got to go wrestle for Team Washington because I'm going to high school there now? Or was it like, was there an option? Talk about that experience.
Yeah, so when I was at prep, I knew like I wanted to wrestle for Washington, not Idaho. So I had to get released by the state of Idaho and then get approved by Washington. So I had to go to that process to get in.
Oh, interesting. That's pretty cool. I mean, how fast did that happen?
I'd say probably about like a month and a half. It wasn't too
Wow.
long.
Wow, that's kind of cool to know. I guess that yeah. I mean, I would have fought hard for you if I was Idaho. I would have been like, no. I'd have said, no, I don't think so, actually, or the second it happened, I would have come knocking on the door and just be like, listen, we're going to need you back here. One thing I wanted to ask, and this is for both of you guys, and we'll get into Fargo right after this, but both of you guys attend schools that have pretty I don't know the word I would love to use, but inner crosstown rivals.
Mm-hmm.
Gonzaga Prep, Meade, and Bonnie Lake and Sumner. Does it give you guys a little bit of extra juice, when you know that Sumner's coming up on that schedule or that Meade's coming up on that schedule? Like, what does that mean to you guys having that crosstown rivalry? Go ahead, Winter.
Yeah, definitely it gets me excited, like it hits the whole team excited, but I don't really have anything against Sumner because a lot of the Sumner girls go to Matt Damon, so I'm friends with pretty much most of them, but it's fun going against them. Yeah, it's exciting.
Well, what about the bragging rights? I mean, obviously you can go to club practice and see them, right? And you're like, haha, like, gotcha. Is that how it is or what?
Yeah, I mean a little bit, not a huge amount, just a little. Sumner
You
has
always
the
have it
bragging rights.
in your back pocket if you have it. Yeah. Who won last year between you guys? I don't remember. Was it Sumner or Bonnie Lake?
We won the first one, but Sumner won the next week.
Yeah, I think you guys did too. I remember that. And Austin, that one's a little bit of a sore subject, I think, for you guys, because I don't think you guys had the full squad when wrestling Meade this year. Was that correct?
Dual state, though.
No, we didn't. I think Meade might have been our first duel of the year, or one of the first ones. So yeah, we didn't have all our full team yet.
But dual state though, right?
Dual state, yeah, we had our full team.
Yeah, and so, but when it's on the schedule, you guys circle that one.
Yeah, I think it's usually the first one. So this year too, it might be the first one. So that'll be pretty exciting.
Sam, we might have to make a trip. We might have to make a trip out there because that would be nice.
Coach McLean and see if they can book us a hotel or something.
Last thing I got as far as this goes, I would like to get an answer from you guys again, specifics. Okay, Winter, Austin, when you guys look back on the year that you had, now this combos the state tournament and the Fargo National Tournament. What do you think your edge is? I remember back in high school, we had a couple cross-country kids on our team, and if they were to answer this question, they'd say endurance. It's just like, I'm going to bring you into the third round, and no matter what, I'm going to be, good to go. That was my edge. For me, I probably would have a different answer. But Winter and Austin, I'd like to hear from you. Coming out, state champion, multi-time state champion, Fargo champion now, which is the next level of the peaks. What is your edge?
My edge is probably like strength because I lift weights like 5 or 6 days a week. And so nice. I'm usually stronger than most of my opponents, which gives me a little bit of edge. I'd also say probably my work ethic, just because I'm always like trying as hard as I can during practice, and in matches, I'm just going to keep going the entire time until it's up. So that probably gives me the edge over some of my opponents because they might not have that.
That's awesome. Austin?
I think just mentally, like staying tough and sticking to a game plan the whole match, and even when it's going bad, just sticking to the game plan and knowing that it'll be all right.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a Gonzaga prep thing. Brian Owen is I can't talk about it enough, but if you talk about having a game plan guy in your corner, I would say he's definitely one that has the, you know what, the funniest thing I ever heard Brian Owen said is like, hey, you know, these kids, they watch these YouTubes, they come into the match, they try some of this stuff, and he goes, yeah, you can try all that stuff, but you're going to get a 2-on-1 first. You know, then you're going to wrestle from there. And I just laugh because that's the kind of stuff that I remember watching him do back when we were on the mat together. And I just thought that was funny. Go ahead, Sam. Let's get into some of this Fargo stuff here.
I love it. Yeah. Let's talk about some of your guys' expectations going into the tournament. I know obviously everybody wants to win Fargo. That's everybody's goal, right? But did either of you have like meet or exceed expectations? Did you know, taking it one match at a time, or just talk about like goals versus expectations and how you know, your mentality was going into the tournament? Winter, you can go first.
I would say I definitely exceeded my expectations. I really was just taking it one match at a time because I knew it was going to be a hard tournament because it was very hard last year. And so going to each match, I just knew that I had to face my opponent on the line and just go one match at a time. I would very happy after each match, and I just kept looking at the next one and just knowing that I had to win it.
How about you, Austin?
Yeah, just last year not placing, I know that I had to really focus, so I knew that I would be able to win and get in the finals of both styles this year.
That's a pretty great head to have. You know, coming in, I knew I could win. You know, that's pretty good. What about your Winter? If I'm correct, did you go up in weight? Like, was there something that happened middle of summer where you might, or you know, maybe early or whatever, where you just kind of decided like, hey, I'm either gonna wrestle natural, or what? Was it a weight cut at all for you, or?
Yeah, usually after like each season, I gain like 10 pounds. I don't know why. That it just happens. Um, and last year for Fargo, since Wayne's were the day before, I cut like 8 pounds. I was like 118 naturally. This year I weigh like 130. So I honestly really only had to lose like 5 pounds because Wayne's were the day of, and it wasn't that hard. I just like sweated out.
And so you didn't really go up. Your body went up naturally, but you didn't really make a big cut. Now, was there a big cut on the potential plan for you, or did you always kind of think you were going 125? Or I think, yeah, 125.
Yeah, I knew I was going 125 since state.
Okay. And then Austin, you ended up sticking around the same weight from school. Now, I mentioned earlier with Tavar, you seem like the smaller wrestler in the match, which is fine, but is 138 a very natural class for you? Like, how much are you cutting? What's that look like?
Yeah, for Fargo, that was the perfect weight for me. I was only cutting maybe like 6 pounds. Not, I was no weight really, just eating healthy, and I got down there naturally.
So what about the cut between freestyle to Greco? You know, obviously you're trying to keep your body nourished to go make a deep run, but then, you know, I obviously I'm a coach, you know, I've seen it, right? I've seen the 8-pound the night before cut just to make it into, you know, the next day or whatever. But describe your weight process. We'll start with Austin this time. Describe the process from freestyle to Greco. You know, were you still within 6 pounds after you were hydrating between matches, or what did that look like for you?
Yeah, so my first two freestyle weigh-ins, they were pretty easy. I didn't cut it all. And then for my Greco weigh-in, that's the first time I've had to actually like run and cut weight in a while. So
And how
I had to,
much?
I was only probably like 2 pounds, nothing really.
Okay, so you weren't really cutting.
No, it was just running.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's you know, I'll tell you what, there's a little bit of a miracle factor to that. You know, I'll tell you, coming in and you know you're not the guy that cut the 8 to 10 pounds. Winner, what about you going, well, I guess you only wrestled the one style, so I guess it didn't really pertain to you, but did you have any struggle at all with the weight during the tournament?
Still had 2 weigh-ins though, right?
Yeah, you had to double weigh in, so.
No, I had no trouble. I was like really light, honestly.
Like in Fargo, all you have to do is just walk outside for like 10 minutes and it starts like humid and like 90. At least that's how it was for me. You start walking around outside and you start losing it.
Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, let's talk about how you guys progressed throughout the tournament. Huge tournament, right? Tons and tons of matches, depending on how big your brackets are. But obviously, they're all very large brackets. So you're wrestling a ton of matches. And you guys both alluded to this winter, probably a little bit more, just taking it one match at a time. But, just walk us through, I guess, mentally and physically in between matches and how it kind of progressed for you. And maybe some of your strategy in between matches as you step off the match and you get another dub and another dub. Is there a process for you that you like to share with us in terms of in between those wins?
Yeah, in between matches, I really I hang out with I was hanging out with Lucy Hornby and Lanai Seelig again, just keep it light. And then when my next match is coming up, then I get serious. I start warming up, but I just not serious like the whole tournament. Like I'm just with the people that will support me.
How about you, Austin?
Yeah, after my matches, I would just go up to the stands and put my feet up and just relax.
And then, like, when you guys turn it on, we've asked this before to a lot of people. Some people, I'm surprised that some people say no music, but what does your ramp up look like to the match? Are you, we got a little process that we do at Everett High School that seems to really work for us. But, I think when you're just chilling or when you're hanging out with your buddies or whatever, winter, like, to me, me personally, need to kind of lock in pretty heavy pre-match. And so I put my headphones on, I tune out the rest of the world. I'm in my zone until I'm out of it, But is music involved in a little bit of that, or what's your like warm up, ramp up process look like, winter?
I actually don't listen to music before my matches. I just like never have, and I just haven't seen like a point to start. But really, I start bouncing. I just make sure that I'm like warm. Like I just like make sure I'm in the mindset that like if I had to go and wrestle a 6 or like 4 minute long match like right now, I could. Like I'm just bouncing. I'm just making sure I'm sweating, but making sure my breathing's fine.
Nice.
Austin?
Yeah, I get pretty superstitious before my matches, so I usually listen to the same type of music and have the same routine like right before all my matches.
So you got like a penny in your shoe, or?
No, it's just like when I'm in the hole.
Like a witch's stick, you like break it before you get out there? Or?
No, just when I'm in the hole, I put my straps up under my singlet and take my shorts off, and then when I'm on deck, I take my shirt off and get my singlet.
Same for me, Austin. I had a very specific routine. I second round starts in the match before. That's when my straps are on, my shirt's on, my shorts are off. I'm bouncing. It's the same song. It's the process. I wanted to actually. This is more for Austin, but maybe Winter can piggyback on some of this. What's it like? Inland Northwest is obviously Winter, your group's big too, but Inland Northwest had a competitor that I'm not going to say overachieved in a sense that he is an underachiever and just overachieved. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that he kind of came out of nowhere if you're talking about the national scene. But Rocco Gannon, to me, had a great tournament. Okay, and I was
in the other room over there.
Rocco, get Rocco out here.
Rocco.
Rocco, where's Rocco at, dude? I gotta give some love to Rocco for a second. Where is Rocco at? We will wait.
This is too funny, dude.
Rocco, what's going
up,
on,
Rocco?
my guy? Okay, you're gonna have to can you hear it now?
He can hear it now.
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. So I just dissed you, not on purpose, okay? Not on purpose. You overachieved in the sense that you weren't nationally ranked, okay? You weren't ranked in the bracket, but here I am in the group chat, all caps in there. Rocco takes out another ranked guy, and then obviously you saw that we ranked you this year, even though you didn't place. And so I just looked at it as like, Austin, you got to tell me, like, you're watching your dog Rocco take out these guys. And I believe you guys both wrestled at, or no, Rocco, you wrestled at 32, right?
I was at 38.
Oh, no, you were at 38. Okay, that's right. You both were in the same class. So, Austin, did it give you some juice watching Rocco take those guys out, in a similar fashion as you were about to do the same thing? Did that juice you up a little or what?
Yeah, it did. He beat a kid that previously beat me before in a 50-50 step in, pinned him. I was so excited to see that.
Dude, you don't even know, okay? I was stoked, okay? Now, little bit of story is, Rocco, I don't know if your parents told you, but your dad cornered me. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm joking. I saw him at the Starbucks, because you know us dads, okay? We got to get our Starbucks on before we get to the state tournament, okay? But he's like, oh, hey, I'm Rocco's dad, and we chit-chatted a little bit. And obviously I'd known you a little bit. We interviewed you guys at the gut check and stuff, but it was just cool to get a chance to meet your dad. And then watching you have the tournament you did, I just want to say congratulations. You did well. Hopefully we get you on the podium next year and are able to kind of be right there with all your other bros. But it was really cool. So congratulations. Didn't want to steal Austin's thunder too much, but just wanted to say you had a great tournament and we really appreciated seeing you. But I'm glad that he gave you a little bit of juice, Austin, because you guys, it's great to see. Now, Winter, same deal. Do you get the juice, watching Lucy or Lanaya, they went out there and did it before you because they're lighter than you. And what does that do to you?
Yeah, it gets me excited because they were doing like really well in the tournament. Like they really didn't lose until later on. And it's just really excited because just knowing that like they're there with me, like we're in like the same battle, like because Lanaya didn't lose to semis. So I was like, we were just like really excited, just getting after it each match.
That's really fun. And right now the 16, everybody in Washington's like, once you guys get there, you got to be like, come on, that's, let's go. Like it was a really great Fargo tournament. We got just a couple ones left. Rocco, you could go ahead
thank you.
Yep. See you, Rocco.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I like that guy. You know what I mean? It's tough not to root for Rocco. Sam, let's close it out with some of these fun ones and, send these kids. It looks like you guys hang out all the time. Like, does Rocco live at the house, Austin, or what? Does Rocco have a house, or what's going on here?
Yeah, he's here a lot. We're actually about to leave to Montana to go fly fishing right after this podcast.
Oh, nice.
Wow, that sounds like some stuff you guys would do over there. Don't catch me fly fishing nowhere, okay? Jeez, go ahead, Sam.
I got one more question. That's before we get into the fun ones. I want to ask about coaching. When I was there, I didn't AA any time, but I had a couple runs that I won a few matches in a row, and it was always like back in the day, it was kind of random, who was going to be coaching you. I had Coach Brent Barnes in my corner one time. I had Bobby Friend in my corner one time, and it was like the strategy back then. I don't know what it was for the coaches, but it was just like whoever was out there, they just gave them the assignments. Do you guys communicate with more of like your Matt Demon and your INWTC coaches, and you're like, hey, they got to be here at certain times? Because you guys have different coaches that might be sprinkled in there for like your dual teams and stuff, or other coaches that or do you specifically say, hey, I want you in my corner every single time? Obviously finals is you're locked in with them, but talk about how the tournament went in terms of coaching. Winter, you can go first.
Yeah, kind of made it clear that I wanted like Matt Damon coaching the majority of my matches. I think Sean Dolly made it to like every single one. My Washington team coach was London Houston, and she used to go to Matt Damon, so
that's
a
sect of Matt Damon there. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm very familiar with her because we wrestle with each other sometimes. So she knows how I wrestle. So it was her, Sean, and Jess.
Pretty much the entire time. So that's great for you. Austin, did we have any of that mixing of other coaches, or did Inland Northwest pretty much stick to you the whole time?
Yeah, I was with them the whole time. Brian and Georgie Ivanoff were our dual team coaches and my coaches at Fargo too. So that helps having both of the same coaches. That's
a comment we got. the coaches thing is a big deal, Sam. You kind of almost opened up a big can of worms right there with the little coaching thing, because and actually, you know what? I wasn't going to ask this question, so I didn't put it on the show sheet, but I figure I should just ask it because you guys are club kids. Now, luckily enough for you, Austin, your high school team is essentially your club team, right? So it is no problem. But there is specifically 2 female wrestlers that had a very big deal between their high school and the club team, and making them sign papers that they would not be coached by their club team during high school, or else they weren't going to wrestle. And one girl quit the whole year in protest of this. Winter, what do you think? Obviously, during the high school season, your club coach shouldn't be down there coaching you, and I understand that. But there shouldn't be anything with the high school telling you can't go to another club practice or you can't do that. I mean, do you agree there? I mean, that's got to be an agreed statement there, right? I mean, yes, there's definitely some type of don't be coached during the high school season by your club coach. I can understand that part. And there's a bit of respect. But if you're out there and you're the high school coach that's upset about your high schooler, going to club practice during the season, you should just quit, I think, because we don't need you out there. Everybody's just trying to get better. And why does it matter how we do that? And, as long as it's not disrespectful, you should be able to go to wherever you want to coach. And I would assume you guys all agree with that. Good. Okay. Okay, cool. Sorry, put you on the spot there. I think it was a Matt Demon thing that it had happened, Winter. So I don't, I love everybody's coaching because I think it's all great. At Everett High, you can go wherever you want. You don't have to come to our club. You can go. I mean, we send kids to Punisher, to Matt Demon. I'd love to send kids to Inland Northwest, because then I know you guys are going to come back better. Okay, because I am not as good as Brian Owen, guaranteed. And I have no problem saying that. So nobody should be afraid that kids train everywhere. It's great for the sport. That's how I feel. Go ahead,
yeah,
Sam.
We support it 100%. Put that next comment in there, Matt.
Okay. Oh, dang, dude. Oh, you know what's crazy is Rocco's at Austin's house, but where's Jordan? He's
Jordan and Ryder are already in Montana waiting for us.
Oh,
nice.
dude.
Catching
I was going to
all the fish.
leave this comment up for the rest of the podcast. No, I'm just joking.
I got a fun one for you guys. Singlet trading, anything like that. Is that still going down like it was back in the day? I think it is. And do you guys do it? Winter, go ahead.
Yeah, it is definitely still going on. I see a ton of people with other singlets. Me personally, I just get really attached to the Washington gear that we get and stuff,
Nice.
and I just I do not trade it.
You were on flow with the whole voting thing that was going on, the state to state thing. You were like the flagship Washington wrestling singlet for our state, and I think we made it to a couple. We won a couple rounds there, but I don't think we got very far. I liked the singlets; I thought they were great. But that's cool. I like that. Austin, what about you? Did you doing some trading out there? What does it look like for you?
I mean, I did a little bit this year, but I try to stay away from it this year, just to be more focused. But yeah.
Austin, why you look like this, bro? I don't. Just joking. That's Big Bro trying to. Okay, what about we ask these questions. These are the fun ones. We're down to the end of the podcast here. Where when you guys get back home, where is your first this is where I'm going to cheat meal it up? Where's your first cheat meal when you guys get home? Winter?
Probably something ice cream related, like Menchie's or Wendy's, something ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Austin, apparently you're a liar. That's apparently Austin is a big liar. He was out there. That's what this comment says, Austin. We weren't there. We couldn't verify it, but apparently they got you out there in the singlet.
Only after I was done for the day.
So Winter, you like the ice cream or the frozen yogurt? That's it. No, I like that stuff too. Austin, what about you?
I'd say probably Raising Cane's for me would be my cheat meal.
We just got a Cane's locally,
Linwood.
Sam. Yeah, it's not too far. I still haven't been because I go every time I'm in Vegas, but it's not like, it's not like great or anything like that. Austin, that's your first one? Raising Cane's?
Yeah.
All right, it's pretty good. Go ahead, Sam. We got one here.
How about what's favorite leg attack, favorite takedown? Winter, you look like you're good on the re-attacks. That's what I was seeing, like super, super, super tough re-attacks. But talk about how you get in on legs. Talk about how you get your takedowns out there.
I've been doing a lot of like underhooks lately. I've been doing like underhooks to singles. I'm really just like a major single leg person. Or I'll do like if they collar tie me, I've been doing a lot of like over tie slide bys. Like that's just like my move, I guess.
Love it. Austin.
I don't like touching legs, but if I had to pick a shot, it'd probably be a knee pull single.
Well, what's your favorite technique then?
It's like 2-on-1.
Okay,
Dude,
I knew it.
The old INWTC guys, that's just like 2-on-1 central Russian tie. That's a Brian Owen thing, isn't it?
Yeah, he's out there right now. He's like, you dang right. That's I knew it. That is exactly it. Oh, that's great. Okay, Austin, you said that you listen to the same type of music before your match or whatever. So like, is it Michael Jackson? Is it like, what is it?
It's white girl music.
Oh, what is that? What's that mean?
Just like Party in the USA, like stuff like that. Like nothing. Like I don't really listen to rap before my matches.
Why, like Party in the USA? Are we talking like Miley Cyrus here or something?
Yeah, like Rihanna,
Taylor Swift.
a little bit, yeah.
Oh, we got it. We got it.
Nice.
Big Swifty, Austin Schield.
You never know what you're gonna get with that question. I love it.
Yeah, no, this is crazy. Go ahead, Winter. When you oh look, that's cute. That's cute. All right, Winter, what about you? I know you don't listen to music before or whatever, but okay, hold on. Now the whole family's getting in here.
The Schield family handle.
This is a burner account. This is a Schield family burner account here. Just trying to. That's hilarious. Okay, Winter, you don't listen to music before the match, but you do obviously listen to music. What is it for you? What's your go-to?
When I'm exercising, it's like Michael Jackson, like those kind of songs, because my favorite. But like if I'm like driving, because I gotta save the good songs for the workouts. When I'm driving, it's like just like Christian music.
Love
And
it.
then so Michael Jackson during the boom. This came like right as you said that. This came right as you said that. That's cool. Phoenix is not my guy. Two burner accounts are coming through here because they know I'm gonna post this.
Is that brother Phoenix?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, of course it is. Okay, and then this is kind of a fun one. Maybe this will be like the second to last one we ask you guys, but like I know you have a ton of awesome training partners, but pick one. Pick one. Who's your favorite?
Nobody wants to say anything, huh?
Okay. Lanaya Seelig. I cannot pick between Lanaya Seelig and Lucy Hornby.
Well, you're gonna have to, Winter, unfortunately.
Okay, well, I don't see Lucy as often, so probably Lanaya. She's just like way smaller than me, but I just like love how hard she works, and we've just like been practicing for so long. It's just, yeah, she's gotta be my favorite.
I love that. And, sometimes a lot of people believe you got to train with people that are much bigger than you to give you that look, which I do understand that. But if you are training with the right person that's smaller than you and also each other's flow, it doesn't matter, like, in my opinion, who it is. So, we got Spencer here. Thanks for exciting highlight content this past year, you two. That's funny because Spencer is the main highlight person. Sam, why don't you shout out Spencer and his production company and who he is?
Yeah, Spencer Kabalak, a former wrestler from Decatur High School in Federal Way, wrestled with him at Highline College and college a little bit too. And yeah, I mean, all the stuff that you guys see from us in terms of like the top tier highlights, it comes from him. He has his own company, Spencer Kabalak Productions, I think it is. You can see a link to that on our website. But obviously, a lot of the juice of what we do is from Spencer, and I wish we could give him some more love. It feels like we never give him enough. But
the only reason we're even anything is because of Spencer's amazing highlights, and they're like million view reels.
Well, yeah, Winter's older sister, Latham at Pat Coast, that one went crazy viral. That one was like hitting Europe and stuff. Like that was a really fun one in the finals there that she had. But yeah,
Austin thought we were gonna not make him pick his training partner. He was like, dude,
shoot, yeah.
He forgot. I did not forget, Austin, your training partner. Your favorite one.
I'm gonna pick the safe answer and just say my brother.
Okay, that's a cop out. That's a cop out right there. When I see it, I could point it out. That's a good answer. Let's see if I can get to these videos real quick here. We just got a little bit here. Let's see. Boom.
A little drop in the hips right there. It's good defense. Great defense, Austin, the whole tournament. It's really what scored you a lot of points in the finals. Good Selly. With 4 seconds left, too. I like that. And we got to talk about this here, too, Austin. Cowboy. Hey.
Okay, Austin. Oh, wait, could you see this? Let's play this one.
Oh,
there she was. She said it. She said that was her favorite.
Super tough. That's got to feel so good. Boom, there you go. Oh, yeah.
Winter is jacked.
Dude,
Winter is jacked. Winter is jacked.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, so we just played your guys' little finals match. I got one last thing after this, but Winter, describe it. I will tell you, both of you guys didn't go crazy, when you won, but, what were the feelings like? It has to be a little bit surreal, as you're getting your hand raised. Winter, go through it.
I was so happy. I don't know if I've ever been happier in my life. Like, I have never won a big tournament like that before, and it was just so amazing seeing my hard work pay off. I was probably more excited after the semifinals. I was crying because I was so happy.
I saw that one too.
That's it. I'll tell you, that was the same thing for me because I got hurt my junior year and I couldn't get to state, and that was gonna be my the first time because I had only started wrestling in 8th grade. I didn't never so I was like, junior year I'm gonna go to state, it's gonna be great. I got hurt, and so it was on my chest, oh no, I want to get to state. And then senior year district tournament, regional tournament, or whatever, which one it was, but it was the semifinal match when I won and I knew I was going to state. I went and hugged my dad and I couldn't stop crying. I was just oh, I finally did it. It's that monkey is just off your back that you've been thinking about for so long. Austin, you won state, you won Fargo, and you brought the cowboy hat out. So, is there you're superstitious, obviously. Tell me about the witchcraft that's on this cowboy hat and how it helps propel you to the finals here.
Yeah, my mom just bought it for me while we were at Fargo. I didn't even know about it until after she bought it. So
it's a different hat than the one you wore from state.
Yeah, it's not the same one. The other one was one of my coaches.
You looked around like you could go grab that thing right now.
I forgot where I put it. I was over here somewhere.
Unprepared for this.
Yeah, I'm so ashamed you are unprepared. Hey, Schield family burner account, I need you to go into the room and find the hat while Austin's on podcast so we can see.
I don't know where it's at.
Rocco.
Over here.
Rocco. I need the hat, Rocco. All right, last question for the both of you. You won state, you won Fargo. I think I know Austin's answer, but Winter, the colleges have to have already been calling and maybe trying to, get a hold of you guys, figure it out. Not everybody wants to wrestle in college. I would assume at the level you guys are at that is a goal. There it is.
There we go.
We don't know whose arm it was. I would hope it's Rocco. If not,
Rocco's,
I don't know.
yeah.
There it is. Winter, what's if you could envision your best dream scenario heading into your junior and senior year, where are you going? What are you doing? And where are you doing it at?
Like for college?
Yeah.
I would definitely want to go to McKendree. They have like a really good women's program, and I really like their work ethic and their practices.
And Cammie, right? She was there, did greatness for us, and I think it's
Coach
kind of like
on the podcast.
It's like a little farm team for them now. We got some dominant people coming up. You're one of them, Winter. What about have you figured out what you want to do with your life?
Yeah, I want to be like an aerospace engineer, like people that like design like spacecraft, just like what it looks like its structure.
Nice. That's a bazillion-dollar job. Yeah, so go do that. I love that idea. Austin, I think I know this answer, Austin. And if I could take a guess, you want to go to OK State.
Yep.
Now, have they reached out? Have you reached out? Have you tried to put your name on the list? If there's a list, what's
not this year, but not this year. Hopefully next year, though.
Yeah, I almost try to catch you slipping there because I don't think that they can call yet. But I would assume you're on the list and on the radar, and we're going for a 4-time Fargo. I mean, you may take a year off of Fargo. Is your plan to continue to go through Fargo, or maybe?
They probably continue through Fargo.
Yeah, because I know that you got
the world team. Then hopefully next year world team, so maybe I won't be there.
Yeah, well, that's kind of where I was going. You just don't know. But I know that you'll probably want to be there with your guys that haven't got that first place yet. And I know that you've got 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 of those guys sitting in the room right now. If we can get healed up and if we can make sure that we're getting there. But what do you want to do with your life, my friend?
I'm not completely sure what I want to do outside of wrestling yet.
Yeah, well, you may not be not wrestling for quite some time. So, let's just keep that on the goal. But Sam, do you have any final words for our 2 Fargo pod champs?
No, man. I just the juices are flowing now. It makes me want to get in the mat room and roll around every time we do these podcasts. It's just so fun to meet and talk with greatness. You guys are, you think about it, you're 2 of the greatest wrestlers already to come out of this state, and you're still young and you're still competing. So Cowboys, hats off to you guys. I mean, you guys are crushing it. And we are thrilled to be able to continue to watch you this high school season, and just wish you all the best. Great job, Matt. What do you got?
Yep. Just want to say thank you guys for coming on, and drive safe. Or safely out there, watch out. People are crazy. Don't make any poor decisions down the road, which I assume you guys have great support system to make sure that you're continually on the right track. And we just really are proud of you. And like Sam says, you're already one of the best, if not the best. Who knows, that it has not yet to unfold wrestlers that have ever come through Washington State. So congratulations very much. Have a great rest of your summer, and we will see you guys soon. But Winter, any final thoughts from you?
Nope. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Austin, from you?
Yeah, just thank you guys for having me on the podcast.
Yeah, and I forgot to go back to this, Winter. Not me, okay? Trust me, it was not me. Okay, but yes, you were not ranked number 1 pound for pound last year, and a lot of it, the discussion came. It was not coming from me, so I just want you to know that. Okay,
me neither.
No, I don't say that. But you guys both will have.
Those things are hard, man. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't care about those things.
Yeah, you guys will have quite the path to the top for next year. So we'll let you guys go. We appreciate you very much and train hard. Thank you, guys. All right, Sam, that was it. Those guys are welcome to sign off now. And, you know, that's really fun whenever you can get people on the podcast. And, you know, it's not every day that they get to be interviewed. You know, it's not every day that they get to reflect on, you know, the things that they have going on and the people that, you know, that appreciate them. And we very much do. And it's fun to watch. And I'm being dead serious when I say things like I go crazy for the Rocco Gannon underdog story. You know, when I'm watching him take out people, then I'm watching Winter just roll through it. I'm watching Austin roll through it. I'm seeing how young these guys are and just remember back in the day when I had that drive to be a state champ, to be, you know, and it's just wrestling is such a wonderful sport. And it gives back so much greatness spread across, you know, their lives and their training partners' lives and the coaches' lives and the families that have to go through this. And there may be one day where Austin and Winter don't ever want to lace another wrestling shoe up. And they may be able to come back to this on YouTube and be like, that was fun, you know, or I got a chance to do that. So I appreciate being able to be the one that does that. And like you said, that gets the juices going.
Yeah. And like just a testament to just a shout out to the clubs and the coaches and the support system and the families and all that. I was just thinking it would be so fun to do like a series one of these days, Matt, where we go to INWTC and we just kind of interview some people and we do like I think Flo did this, like they did a series where they were going around to some of the different wrestling rooms and they're kind of like doing like a sneak peek into like what it looks like inside of one of those rooms. And
like a little 45-minute documentary, like
a little mini series type
or
thing. Yeah. And you just go and see what's it like to be in that room and see all those faces and those names and the coaches and how they train. And the same thing with Matt Damon. Like I was just thinking about how many of these between Matt Damon and INWTC, how many of these wrestlers we've had on this podcast and coaches since we've been doing
from
this.
Those two clubs. It's a lot. And,
so,
you know, hey, a credit to their success because it keeps on churning out. And I want everybody to understand that we're not biased on any club. I don't.
You don't have to say that.
Well, I know that I know this, but some people maybe out there is just haters, and it's like, dude, don't do that. Like I'm not doing that. Why are you doing that? It's, you know, I love every club, and I like to see
it's like good wrestling.
The ebb and flow of what clubs come up and, you know, where things go and how it goes. Because I'll tell you, Inland Northwest wasn't, you know, 20 years ago wasn't necessarily a thing, or, you know, the area was, but Inland Northwest itself is a newer thing. And it's just cool to see. Like,
that's why we need people to get back and coach and do all these things. Because that's like, you know, that's where it starts is the people who, you know, don't stop in this sport, whether it's us in the media or it's you guys coaching or it's your parents and all that. Like, it's a community and yeah, it does ebb and flow. And those are the kind of the cool things to see is like who's really digging in their heels and putting in the effort to elevate the sport and elevate the kids locally here. And shout out to both those clubs doing a fantastic job.
Yep. Sam, any final words before we sign off here?
No, man, just happy to be back with you, man. Like, I'm excited to do another one of these.
Cool.
And
I'll tell you what.
So fun, man. Looking forward to the season. Looking forward to finishing our way too early rankings and then really starting to dive in and getting into the nuts and bolts of what it is to get into the high school season. So a lot of work to be done, but you know, it's on the horizon and just so excited, man. So excited.
This podcast is always kind of like a bittersweet one and we did it last year too, but it's like summer's over, you know, like, you know, the sun, it's going to start going down here in Washington. Like the kids are going to start ramping back up middle of September, preseason nationals. We are trying our best to put together the thing that we have going on. Don't know that it's going to happen this year, but, you know, if we don't do it, if we don't build it, it won't come, you know? And so I think we sometimes forget that, like, how many or how much people are relying on us to get some of this work done. Because if we don't do that video, who is doing it?
Yeah.
Who are going to these practice rooms and getting to peer inside, you know, some of this stuff. And I feel very lucky to be able, every time Brian Owen has sat down next to me, he treats me like I'm a parent, and he just unloads the wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, and it's same thing. We sat down with Coach Feist. That podcast went an hour and a half long or whatever. And you could tell he could go for 3 more hours. You know, when we sat down with Dave Gilbertson, before all this happened, all of a sudden the stories, the old stories of this and that. And it's just like, man, Mark K got me a hotel room with, I forget one of the gentlemen, but his dad started the state tournament and all the history. And it's just like, man, we're slowly unraveling little bits and pieces of that as we can, and getting a chance to do this is really fun. So appreciate being able to do it with you, brother. But we are the Washington Wrestling Network. Catch us at WashingtonWrestlingNetwork.com for our preseason rankings. And again, if you do not see somebody you believe should be ranked, wait a week, you might. And then if you think that we missed them, which this year, Sam, just to let you know, we have not missed one this year yet. Last year, admittedly, we did miss like 3 last year.
Yeah.
Like I did Jacoby Rodriguez dirty last year.
Oh,
you know?
Forgot about that. Yeah.
I accidentally deleted him and then didn't find out until after I got the entirety of Hermiston on my booty about it. And made up for it, but still, it was actually kind of funny. And so anyway, man, appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you